Hey there folks, I'm Eric Osberg and this is The Outdoor Report. Thanks for tuning in. Fishing has a way of bringing folks together, whether it's a fishing trip annually with your family and friends or a tournament. This episode focuses on the power of fishing and how it can connect people in the name of a good cause. First, we're gonna go fishing with vets. We'll take you to the Iron Range for an event that brings veterans together for a day of camaraderie in Coleraine. Then we're gonna introduce you to Stef Hurt, a gal who's beaten cancer and is now using her strength to help others. All that plus a builder's tip and a savory goodness segment coming right up here on The Outdoor Report.
The Outdoor Report is brought to you by Firebrand, the hottest brand on the ice. Northview Bank, you find it, we'll finance it. Little Falls Tourism, where the Mississippi pauses, discovery begins. Smoothie's Sunflower Oil and Chef Robert's Gourmet Breading Mix. Brainerd International Raceway, Lakes Jam, Power Lodge, Ranger Boats and Evinrude, Ottertail Lakes Country, Yamaha Generators, Revs Your Heart, Black Bear Lodge and Saloon in Baxter, Catch Cover Hard-Nosed Fish House Products, and JT Custom Rods.
Justin Bailey is more than just a fishing guide. He's part of an elite group known as veterans.
I went into the Army right after high school into the infantry, left a couple months after high school, got stationed at Fort Hood, spent 5 years at Fort Hood, a couple Iraq tours there, then got shipped to Fort Carson, Colorado, did an Afghanistan tour, and that pretty much ended it for me, and I came back home, and that's where I'm at.
After his service, Justin returned home to Grand Rapids, Minnesota, eventually becoming a full-time guide. Justin wanted to share his passion for fishing with his fellow veterans. He also wanted to let them know they aren't alone. So he co-founded an organization called Fishing with Vets.
As a whole organization, we try to run 5 events like this every year, where we go to Leech Lake, we go to Winnie, we go to Bowstring, we come here, we do Minnetonka. I mean, we kind of go where the vets are, because not all of them are able to travel to us, so we're trying to put events on towards them.
This particular event was on Trout Lake in the heart of Minnesota's Iron Range, and it was a chance for the region to show appreciation for the veteran service.
The community puts more effort towards this than anybody will ever know. I mean, the outcry, the support, we got the volleyball team here, we got Boy Scouts here helping us. I mean, just the whole community, helps the community and the veterans community kind of come together and say thank you. The Itasca County Sheriff's Office, they're blocking off our roads. We got our local motorcycle clubs that are escorting us in. I mean, we got our fire departments that are opening up. Every one of our fishing sponsors, even if they're not our fishing sponsors, want to help support this, which helps fishing industry as a whole. Like last year we did this and we only had 10 boats, and this year we kind of upped the ante and brought her to 25. I had a vet that we served in the same spot, but he did it 20 years before me. Just the camaraderie and all that's still there.
Marco Solt fished in Justin's boat last year, and the experience sparked something inside of him.
I've always been into fishing, but then I went on this event last year and I was in Justin Bailey's boat, and then we started fishing more and more, and I started learning more and more.
3-4 days later, he called me asking about boats, and a week after that, we were at the boat dealership and he purchased his first boat, and now look at him, he's guiding the event and fishing every day.
We just kept in contact, fished a couple times, and I guess felt confident enough for me to take some vets out and try to put them on fish.
And who better to take a vet fishing than a vet? Like Justin, Marco served as well.
I joined the Army in 2009 as a combat engineer, and I went down to Fort Leonard Wood. And then from there, after I graduated AIT, I went to Germany, and I was stationed there for about 2 years until I deployed. And then on May 1st, I got hit with an IED, and I'm a double amputee below the knee. So just fishing has been a really good therapeutic thing for me. And it's just calming, you get to relax, forget about the daily stresses, and yeah, that's really it. You get to just get with some good guys and share some laughs, and like I said, just forget about all the daily life struggles and everything else, and just joke around and catch some fish, and just everything about it. Can't beat it.
Coming up after the break, we'll learn more about fishing with vets, and later in the show, we'll take you to an event that takes a different approach to creating memories and supporting a good cause.
The Outdoor Report is brought to you by Firebrand Fish Houses and Northview Bank. Fish houses aren't just for ice fishing anymore. There's a reason to own one year-round. Firebrand features a durable, lightweight aluminum frame and all the comforts of home. Whether you're camping, hunting, or ice fishing, Firebrand has a model to fit the entire family. Firebrand, the hottest brand on the ice.
Thanks for bringing us to your cabin. It's so beautiful, and what a cute dog.
Yeah, I love this place. We better get out of here.
Hey, what are you doing on my property? What's with the neighbor's dog?
Need your own vacation property? You find it, we'll finance it. Northview Bank, northviewbank.com.
In the heart of Minnesota exists a place overflowing with discovery. Whether you're biking the trails, wetting a line, or just soaking it all in, Little Falls is the perfect getaway. Tradition abounds in historic downtown and at the Minnesota Fishing Museum. Little Falls, where the Mississippi pauses, discovery begins.
But it can buy me a boat.
The Outdoor Report is brought to you by Little Falls Tourism, Lakes Jam, and Brainerd International Raceway.
We're on the Iron Range, fishing with vets. This event was created to not only thank veterans for their service, but to help them connect with others who've served or are still serving.
Kind of throws the vet off at first, but all vets, either past, present, or future, they got that common core bond still. So once you know you're a vet, it's kind of why we do these too, is to bring the vets that don't know there's other vets out there. And they start building relationships, and just, it helps me just as much as it helps them.
Veterans are cut from a different cloth, I feel, and so it's nice to be able to get back in there and share some of the similar stories, because we all had different experiences, but you know, a lot of them are still the same, and get to laugh about it, and it's just cool to link up with other vets, you know, because you get to share experiences that you don't normally get to talk about with your everyday friends or family.
Tommy Semensky guided in last year's and this year's event, and he and his fishing partner were having a phenomenal day.
Oh, it's a blast. You know, you get to take people out, show them, you know, different techniques, and kind of break the old barrier and get to know the person. And before you know it, it's like your best friends pulling fish left and right and having a good time.
I never got so many big fish over 20 inches. We've boated 9, had 5 smallies. We got 1 keeper in the box, so that's success in my book. Having a blast. We're getting to meet everybody. All the guides that are taking us out are very knowledgeable. If you can get up here, do it. It's a blast. If you're not catching fish, you're doing something wrong.
No fishing tournament would be complete without a fish fry, and with plenty of prizes, nobody goes home empty-handed. Of course, there's one prize more coveted than all others. The most common advice folks we talked with had was, if you're a veteran and you're thinking about doing something like this, make the time and make the connection.
You know, this is an awesome event, and make sure to sign up, get everyone you know who's a veteran out there, and let's get them on the water.
Do it. It's worth it. You get to meet different branches of service, different eras from the different wars. Although I know there's a couple from Vietnam out here, all the way up to the Iraq-Afghanistan wars. We all get to know each other. The guides are great.
When I was first thinking about doing the trip last year, I was hesitant because it is kind of awkward. You don't know anybody other than that they are vets. That's the only thing you got with them, but I'm telling you, it's a great time and you're building long-lasting relationships. I mean, like, you know, me and Justin Bailey, we've been hanging out for over a year now, ice fishing, and it was all because of this event, and it's awesome. So if any vet thinks that they don't want to do it, they don't deserve it or anything, you do. Just come out and do it, have some fun, and make some friends.
It's time now for some savory goodness. Brought to you by Smoothie's Oil and Chef Robert's Breading.
We've showed you a few ways you can use Chef Robert's Gourmet Breading Mix and Smoothie Sunflower Oil to cook fish, but it works really well for side dishes too. So today, we're gonna cook up some veggies. Now, I like to use cast iron. It's sturdy, holds the heat really well, and makes me feel like I'm cooking outside. The not so good news is cast iron is a little more high maintenance. If you absolutely don't want to use soap to clean up, here's a quick trick for you. Use salt. The coarser the better. Just add some oil and use a paper towel to scrub the cooking residue off. Onto the vegetables. Moisten them with a splash of oil, then coat them in the breading mix. We're using Chef Robert's lemon pepper recipe for a little kick. Add a thin layer of Smoothie sunflower oil, get it nice and hot, then put in the vegetables, cook until tender, and you've got some savory goodness. Still to come, we'll tell you the inspirational tale of a gal who's not only beaten cancer, she's helping others along the way. Her story is coming up next here on The Outdoor Report.
The Outdoor Report is brought to you by Northview Bank and JT Custom Rods.
This land is beautiful. I'm sure it's great for hunting.
Yep, there's a few really nice bucks around here.
This would be a nice place to build a house.
Oh, I just come out here to hunt and get away from it all.
Hey, you're on my property. Can't you see the sign?
Run!
What? I thought this was your land.
Need your own land? You find it, we'll finance it. Northview Bank. NorthviewBank.com.
Are you looking to up your game? Then get your hands on the new JTX Mag from JT Custom Rods. A cutting-edge carbon fiber blank and nickel titanium alloy guides give you the edge. It's the most sensitive and responsive rod money can buy. Go to JTODP.com, enter the Outdoor Report promo code, and get 5% off your entire order. JT Custom Rods, redefining fishing.
From big waters to the shallows and the whole outdoors, the aluminum rig you've always wanted is here. Packed with features, now you can enjoy the legendary ride, quality, stability, and peace of mind from Ranger. Coupled with Evinrude E-Tech's unrivaled performance and 300 hours with no dealer schedule maintenance, every Ranger aluminum boat is engineered to excel and priced to be yours. Power your Ranger with Evinrude E-Tech.
We as avid waterfowl hunters can never get enough storage.
Whether we are traveling to our favorite hunting shack or nearby honey hole, bringing the right equipment is critical to the success and safety of our hunt.
Excel Outdoors provides trailer accessories that meet our needs. Cargo trunks and cargo racks keeps all of our gear really dry and easily accessible.
Excel Outdoors. Organize your life outside.
Hey, you with the cell phone, look up here for a second. As long as you got that thing in your hand, use it. Go to the Facebook or the Twitter or the YouTube and look us up. We know your phone is important to you, and believe me, it's important to us too. But we want this show to be as interactive as humanly possible. So, if you see a hashtag on your screen, use it. Or go to our Facebook page and post a picture there. Use the hashtag OutdoorReportFish and we'll repost our favorites. Hope you like the rest of the show.
The Outdoor Report is brought to you by Power Lodge, Ranger Boats, and Evinrude.
This episode is all about the healing power of the great outdoors. A few years ago, we heard of a gal whose attitude and zest for life was nothing short of inspiring.
That's a really nice walleye. What, Bam?
We first met Stef Hurt in the summer of 2013. We hooked up with her and Kevin Kirkfleet of Pink Boats for Hope to do some walleye fishing. Stef had just beaten cancer, and she was determined to make the most of every day.
In life, it doesn't matter when you're born or when you die. It's that little dash in the middle that matters.
Unfortunately, Stef's cancer came back. That fall, we went fishing again. Despite her diagnosis, Stef's outlook on life still hadn't changed, and she was able to beat the beast once again.
Sometimes it's hard to understand why certain things happen. That's when you need to take a step back and understand that there is a reason, you just don't know what it is, and that you just need to leave it at that.
Stef may have found that reason. She started a nonprofit called WINK, Women in Need of Kindness, an organization dedicated to providing emotional and financial support to folks fighting cancer. One of the ways they help is by taking people who could use a break fishing. Last fall, we hooked up with Stef as she spent some quality time on the water with a very deserving gal. Chelsea Lightheart is a woman whose story is just as inspiring as Stef's.
Nice.
There it is.
Chelsea loves the outdoors so much, she made a career of it as a Minnesota game warden.
We live in Minnesota, and we have some of the best natural resources that you can find in the country. So I just wanted to be part of protecting and preserving what it is that we have here.
During her training, Chelsea found a lump. Early testing didn't alarm her, but the situation soon took a turn for the worse.
I had the mass removed out of my right breast, and within 9 hours, I had a phone call the next morning that I had to come back. And I was like, something's clearly not right. And my surgeon, who was just as surprised as I was like, you have stage 2 invasive ductal breast cancer. So at 26, I was now a breast cancer patient. Getting diagnosed with cancer didn't make me sad. It kind of made me determined. I was like, I need to get some crap done. I have things to do. It woke me up and it was like time to sink or swim.
Chelsea beat cancer. However, the cancer has come back, a situation Stef is all too familiar with.
Oh, isn't that a cute widow?
Cute?
Mine and Chelsea's stories are very similar. I mean, I was 24 when I was diagnosed the first time, and we came to the realization that we had a very similar experience in the fact that we kept getting pointed away because of our age. People kept saying to us, oh, but you're so young. It's not cancer, it's a fibroid, it's this, it's that, it's everything but cancer because of your age. I need a netter.
Spending time in a boat does wonders, but it can be even more therapeutic when you share the time with someone who has fought the same battles as you.
Just like the literally misconceptions, like you probably have cancer because you don't have kids yet, because if you were to have breastfed by now, you'd be fine. No, really, I got that. You probably...
I got it was because of the kind of deodorant I used.
Oh yeah, just ridiculous things. Oh, the cell phone and the bra thing.
Oh,
granted, I didn't do that, but that misconception. I'm like, then why don't I have a brain tumor? Why don't I have hand cancer?
There is some form of comfort in talking to other women that have had cancer, and when you're doing other things like fishing or talking about fishing or wish you were catching fish, it's still a great experience.
Another eye.
There he is. Beautiful.
Stef and Chelsea implore women of all ages to have exams early and often. And if you do have cancer, Chelsea offers this advice.
You are going to face a lot of challenges, and you really are stronger than you give yourself credit for.
And in Chelsea's case, that's 100% accurate. We wish you the best of luck in your battle. Coming up after the break, we'll show you another way that Stef has decided to help people and have some fun.
The Outdoor Report is brought to you by Yamaha Generators and Ottertail Lakes Country.
Want outdoor power that's super lightweight and ultra quiet with world-class dependability and quality? Then you should check out the new Yamaha EF2000i SV2. The I stands for inverter, which means it puts out the cleanest power you can get to safely operate today's sensitive electronics. The V2 means it's a whole new generation.
Hey everyone, it's me, the Inner Otter. Everybody knows Ottertail County, Minnesota is a great place to stay, play, and dine. But did you know there are a lot of great opportunities to live and work here too? Here's an otter one just for you.
Live in the heart of Ottertail County, Minnesota. The cities of Battle Lake, Ottertail, and Henning offer you quality of life, affordable housing, and jobs. For more information or to find your inner otter, visit OttertailLakesCountry.com.
Millions of men and women have served in the Army, Marine Corps, Navy, Air Force, and the Coast Guard. Many were wounded in battle. Many died to make us free. The least we can do is to remember them. Please go to vetsart.org today and donate any amount to help finish this unique art monument. It's located in the Committal Hall at Minnesota's First State Veterans Cemetery. Thank you.
The Outdoor Report is brought to you by Black Bear Lodge and Saloon in Baxter.
Hey there folks, welcome back to The Outdoor Report. Time for another builder's tip brought to you by our friends at Firebrand and Catch Cover. All right, so now we're in a partially finished house. We're back here with Matt from Firebrand. And Matt, there's some do's and don'ts when it comes to wiring your fish house. What are some tips or some tricks that you can give guys to make sure they do it right?
Well, one of the things is using the right kind of wire. What we recommend is a stranded wire. It's, for one, easier to work with because it's more flexible than a solid core wire. And another thing, it's not brittle. You know, you're gonna get this thing fished in areas a lot better, you know, with the flexibility of a stranded wire. So I would definitely recommend using a stranded wire, both for 12 volt and for the 110. Obviously use the correct gauge, you know, for what you're using it for. Right. Another thing is really to keep track of where your wires are. And what we like to do is put our wires in the cove. That way we know where all the wires are. That cove board is stuck up there with a finishing screw. So if need be, we can always pull that cove board down and chase wires or look, you know, they're accessible. It keeps the wires accessible that way by running the wires in the cove. Wire management is a big percentage, and labeling what wires, because that right there, that's the power inverter. So all the wires go into that power inverter for 12 volt, 110. That's basically the circuit breaker, the surge protector, the onboard charger. That's the brains of the wiring of the house, if you will. So everything is based out of that, and then it's run up to the cove and then dispersed out to the outlets from there. And yeah, it's a big percentage of it is wire management, because at the end of the day, we don't want to have to chase wiring issues.
Oh yeah! Oh, he's coming. Kids are used to using Barbie poles or superhero rods to catch fish. We're gonna have to lip them because I don't have a net. I forgot the net. And they don't seem to mind one bit. There you go. Nice one, Carter. He's barking at us. This gave Stef Hurt and some of her friends an idea. Why not have a fishing tournament where basically the only rule is no long rods allowed?
If you want to come fish a tournament and have the most fun, as many people in your boat as legal. Walleye, northern bass, and then we got for the kids, we got small fish division.
Oh, got one.
This tournament is meant to be for everyone and to have fun. That's the main purpose of this, is to go out, enjoy a great day on the water, have lots of laughs, because I guarantee you nobody is a pro caster on a superhero rod.
There you go, perfect. The tournament is usually the first Saturday in August, and so for the past 2 years, anglers have gathered at Lum Park in Brainerd, Minnesota to test their fishing prowess on an even playing field. We were lucky enough to fish in this year's event. I was joined by my son, Walleye Willie.
A little walleye.
All right. right, a little walleye. Atta boy. Cameraman Wes and his boy, Catfish Carter.
It's tough. You want to catch fish, but not too big a fish to break, they break your line right away. But the walleyes today were great. We had actually a great walleye bite today. Lindy rigging with red tails, and my wife got 3, my other buddy got 1, a couple pike, a couple largemouth, smallmouth, so it was really good.
The proceeds of the day go towards Wink, Women in Need of Kindness, a 501c3 nonprofit organization who, in conjunction with Pink Boats for Hope, offer financial support for people fighting cancer and take them fishing.
This tournament has been made possible due to some very awesome people making donations on the prize level from Cabela's, Aquaview, Power Lodge, and we wouldn't be able to do this without some of those amazing companies donating to us.
Dozens of boats were on hand and participants are encouraged to dress up as their favorite superhero. There's even a prize for the best costume.
I was over the moon excited to see people come back for the second year. And that truly does warm my heart to know that people are coming back and they had fun. So in some of them, they didn't catch any fish last year, but they still came back again this year.
Yep, there he is. He's coming. There you go.
And I hope that just keeps growing, and I hope that we get the word out that we had a good time today. We supported a great cause, and we made some memories today with superhero rods and costumes.
You'll get the bass. There you go. Carter, grab the bass.
Even though we didn't bring home any hardware that day, we discovered you don't need to be a superhero to have fun at a fishing tournament. If you'd like to learn more about Wink, visit their Facebook page or send them an email. So what did we learn? What's the moral of the story? Well, when you're fishing, sometimes what you catch is less important than the people you're with. There's lots of meaningful events out there. We hope that you can connect with one real soon because after all, it's not about having time, it's about making time. I'm Eric Osberg with your Outdoor Report.